All right, we're finally ready to start planning our content. So before we make our website, we need to know what pages we're going to have and what's basically going to go on those pages. So we're going to plan that right now. What do you want visitors to accomplish on your website? This kind of goes back to how you're going to lead people to your goal. So ultimately, you want them to go to your one goal. You want them to either buy your product or service, and that would be your ultimate goal. However, there may be some other things that you want them to accomplish too. Maybe along the way you want them to read more about you and about your business. Maybe you want them to sign up for your newsletter. Maybe you want them to read a blog post or two. Think about all the different things you want them to accomplish that will still lead them towards your primary goal. So go ahead and write down everything you'd like somebody who shows up on your website to do. And even if they don't do them the first time, even if they don't reach your ultimate goal, what would you like them to do on your website? So based on that, what pages do you need to have on your website? For most of us, we're going to need a home page. There's going to be a quick overview of what we're offering. Maybe a nice link to our main ultimate goal that we want people to click on and purchase. We'd also probably want them to learn more about us and our business. So we probably want to have an about page. We probably need a services or a products page. And we'll need some way for them to get in touch with us, so we need a contact page. There may be other pages that we need, but those are pretty much the bare minimum that any website's going to need to have. So think about what pages you're going to want based on what you want people to accomplish on your website. Now, what actionable items don't actually need separate pages? You probably don't need a page just for a newsletter sign up. You can probably put that on your home page, at the bottom of your blog posts. You can probably fit it somewhere else. So if it can go on another page or be combined, go ahead and write it down here. Make sure you know that it's still going to make sense where it's going to go. So for example, it doesn't make sense to have just, a random newsletter sign up somewhere. But it would make sense maybe to have it on your about page, like, hey, like what you see, sign up here for more updates. It makes sense to have it on a homepage. Actually, a newsletter sign up can go pretty much anywhere. But think about things that don't need separate pages, but that you want people to do, and you can incorporate them into your content and write down where those are going to go. Now remember, your website's pages are like book chapters. It makes sense to have them in order. So you're going to want to write down the order that you want people to go through your website. And that's going to be your web page's navigation. So you want them to start on the home page, obviously. That's where they're going to end up. But where do they go next? For most of us, we want them to go to the about page. Then we probably want them to go buy from us. And maybe last, we want them to go to our contact page. Make sure when you're putting things in order, it makes sense. Don't put your contact before your about. Don't have a contact directly on your homepage, because it's unlikely that somebody's going to contact you without learning more about you and your business first. Think about your website's pages like book chapters and put them in the order that they need to go in. Once you've written that all down on your worksheets, we can go ahead and move on to the next section.